Coming up next on today's episode of Eye for an Eye.
What kind of band are you?
We're a rock band.
But we're not in sync, okay? That's the difference.
Yeah, they ran up a $385 bill. What am I supposed to do?
He promised a free bar tab. He didn't say free beer.
Beer only.
I'm going to allow you to go to his bar and trash his bar for $650.
In the court system, justice is not always just. That's why they bring their disputes here. Real people, real problems, real revenge. Justice is eye for an eye.
I'm Tommy Havey. Welcome to Eye for an Eye. Today we have a case of musical mayhem. The plaintiff claims the band he hired was a bunch of drunken madcap minstrels and bombed with a capital H. But the thrasher rock group accuses the local club owner of being a deadbeat.
I'm the plaintiff, and I came to court because the band that I have, or had, did not perform up to the standards that I expected of them.
Even though I'm the defendant, I should be suing him for our money that he stiffed us out of. I'm in a rock band. We don't back down.
They were drunk, for one thing. Looked like they were smoking, maybe something illegal. They were doing a lot of things that they weren't supposed to do.
We're a professional rock band. We were contracted to come in and do what we do best, and he is afraid that what we did was not to his liking. That's his problem.
I took their equipment because I had no other choice. I thought the only thing I can do is get something that belongs to them that they need, and maybe we can get this thing settled. Well, we're going to get it settled today.
We call it Jay's because it's a joint. It's a scum hole. The toilets are backed up. They overcharge for drinks. The owner is so disgusting. He's like all over the band's girls. I tell you what, this guy shouldn't be just sued. He should be thrown in jail.
Judge Akeem is going to see it my way because I had a contract with him, and they didn't fulfill the agreement that they signed.
Besides the money that we're going to get back in the mixer, I'm after the revenge because now the people's on our side and he's going down.
This is a case of the bar poured a stiff one. Let's see if Extreme Akeem can strike the final chord.
All rise!
Now, you're the band. What's the name of your band?
Strangleweed.
Strangleweed. Okay, and you are Robert Peacock, is that correct?
Yes, I am, sir.
Okay. And you are suing to get a bar tab back from this band? Is
Yes,
that correct?
I am. It's a $385 bar tab.
Okay, tell me what club you owned.
I own Jay's Lounge.
Okay, and what happened?
They were contracted to come in for a concert, and they signed the contract and everything.
I have the contract, Your Honor.
Okay. Big Sugar Ray, can you get that contract for me?
They were supposed to be there at 9 o'clock, and about 9:30 they hadn't showed up, so I asked my bartender to make a telephone call to see if she couldn't reach them to find out what was wrong.
What time did they show up?
They showed up about 10:15.
Okay. What happened when they showed up?
Well, they were half drunk or three-quarters drunk.
Were you drunk?
No, we
We
weren't.
weren't drunk.
We're
Okay.
professionals.
Tell me your side of the story.
We showed up, we set up, we're always early, always on time, very professional. He knows what he's getting into when he hires us. We've played there before, we've packed his bar before, he's made a lot of money off us before.
Okay, you're countersuing for, what are you countersuing for?
Actually, our mixer, which he claimed for the tab, and the rest of the pay that he owes us.
Okay, and there's
Yeah,
something...
he stiffed us and he offered us a free bar tab and then tried to stick us with the bar tab when the night was over on top of stiffing us our pay.
That was
Okay.
just for beer.
Now, I've got here that there's a contract for $1,000. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And is there something to do with your equipment, too, that you're...
Yeah, he took our mixer.
They said you took their soundboard.
Yeah, they ran up a $385 bill. What am I
He
supposed
promised
to
us
do?
a free bar tab. He didn't say free
beer only.
You're the one bringing the shots, man.
Yeah, I think you were a little bit drunk.
No.
I think you were a little bit drunk. I did at least 3 shots with you, so how can you say you were so drunk?
myself, man. No.
That's probably
Did
like
you give them a
12
free bar
shots.
tab? Did
I
you give them
gave
free
them a
drinks all
tab to
night?
buy beer only.
Let me hear your verse.
He was wasted. Honest to God, I did a
He
bunch
sure
of drugs.
you're full of under the bar.
And she had
yeah.
besides,
Well, you got a lot more of it, man.
He's a sloth. He's a slothy bar owner. All the bands know it. We call it the joint because it's a scummy bar. The toilets are backed up. I mean, the guy's a slob. He was wiping all over his girlfriend. I tell you what,
Bunker.
we should have just beat you there.
Let me hear from him. Which one's? This is the one that he was sitting there. Come on in. Come on the cage. But what you know about this case?
Chester, the child molester here, had his paws all over my woman the whole night. And when All in the Family was over, he thought that he could take my woman home with him. I don't think that was very professional to begin with. Every time I turn around, this guy had his paws all over my woman.
No.
How old is your girlfriend?
She's 23.
23? They say you're hitting on this 23-year-old girlfriend.
Yeah, you're halfway there, bud.
What did you see about the soundboard, about him taking the equipment?
It looked like stealing to me, Your Honor.
Okay, let me hear from the rest of the band members, too. Who's next?
Am I allowed to stand, Your Honor?
This is Neil.
I have my glasses back.
Give me your name
Actually,
first.
I'm Neil.
Neil, okay.
And he, at the beginning of the night, he came up to me because he overbooked the show, and he goes, "I'm sorry, guys, for overbooking the show, so I'll give you guys a free bar tab." He didn't say beer, free tab of anything.
Let me ask you something. They got a contract here. Did they perform the contract?
No.
Did they play at your band?
No. As a matter of fact, the crowd was very unruly. They were throwing stuff.
It's a rock and roll concert, you fruit nut.
What's the broken glass?
Got a $1,000 contract. Did you make money off the patrons?
Sure. Some, yeah.
And why didn't you pay them their money?
Well, I expected better.
What do you mean you expected? What did you expect?
They're professional.
We had a riotous mob drinking and making money. What
was wrong with their music?
What was wrong? It was out of sync and everything else.
What kind of band are you?
We're a rock band.
Look, we're not in sync, okay? That's the difference.
I appreciate that.
Strangleweed! Your syllables aren't in sync.
Have you ever heard this band play before you hired them?
We've played there before.
Did a good job. Then this time, I don't know.
Let me hear from your witness.
Okay, Angela.
That was our nurse for the night. She was bartending, Your Honor.
Okay, tell me what you know about this case.
Well, I was told by the owner that they got a free bar tab for beer, and they came up and ordered more than just beer, and I served it to them, assuming that they were going to pay for the other drinks that they ordered.
Were they ordering drinks for anybody else besides the band?
Yeah, they were ordering drinks for all their friends. They came up, they got, more than one drink at a time. Every 10 minutes or so, someone was coming up to get a drink.
With that bar tab at $3.85, did you take out the beer purchases, or does that include beer and the liquor?
Yeah, I took out the beer.
Okay,
that
so
was
that's
free.
just added liquor bills.
They were getting top shelf, premium,
What else is
tequila.
Okay. Do all five of you agree that it was only beer, or do you agree that it was supposed
A bar tab is a bar tab is a bar tab.
Okay, so you were all told it was a complete bar tab.
If we walk to a bar, it's coming on the tab. That's the
Especially
deal.
if the owner's bringing you shots, okay?
You're honest.
You don't think you're going to be charged.
We do
for it,
play
you know?
clubs where the tab is just beer, but it's always specified. It's always on the contract. It's always part of the agreement, and then we have to follow by that, or we have to pay. But we're not in the habit of, spending $300 for. Why play?
How much does that equipment cost?
About $1,200.
About $1,200.
It's used. So.
Where did you've had it all this time till we've gotten here to court?
Yeah, since April, sir.
And you haven't been able to get it back since
No, we've had
April?
to go out of pocket and buy new equipment.
You've held this all this time? A $1,200 keyboard for a $385 bar tab?
Yeah.
And you didn't pay them for their contract?
That's right.
Okay, what you got to say about it?
I pay for what I get, and I didn't get what I paid
Well,
for.
you haven't told me what they did wrong. You knew what you were getting. You knew this was a rock band, and you haven't told me anything about what's different that night from other nights they played. What was wrong with their music? I have not heard anything from you about that.
Well, they were supposed to be a cover band, and they were forgetting the words.
Cover band.
Whoa.
What's a cover band?
Schleps that play other people's music for money.
Yeah, we strictly original.
Yeah, but how much weed were you smoking before you came in?
Oh, really? Just it's the name of the band. It's not that we smoke it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I believe that.
It's not that we don't.
Point at him over here. I believe him.
Is your music original?
Yes, it is. 100%, sir.
Always has.
It's so original that they forgot the words to it.
So original, you're spending $1,000 to come in and drink your free
That's what I
tab.
spent $1,000 for, is for somebody to come in, and they couldn't even remember the words to it.
Oh, steal our gear for it? Really?
Okay. So your defense is that they didn't fulfill the contract.
Absolutely.
You're suing for the $1,000 for your contract and to get your what's it called, the mixer board back. Is that
And
correct?
damages from having to put up with this doofus all over the place.
What damages?
I think I know what's going on here.
What
I'll be out in a
damage?
second to render my decision.